You're right, guys. My name is Prim Fifa, and this is episode 23 of Trading to Team of the Year Messi. And this episode was going to go up on Sunday, but I've had a lot of coursework to do again. But hopefully, I'll be able to be a lot more active as of the end of next week. So I've got my exams next week, and they finish on Thursday. So hopefully, I'll be able to upload a lot more frequently because I have a lot more time and no coursework or exams to revise for. So yeah, moving on to some of these deals. There is just a lot of silvers at first. There's Inform Timu Pukki, who I bought for about 195 and list them up for about 220 or so. Ogude here is a default centre mid, so he's going to be worth a little bit more in centre defensive mid. Looks like a decent silver player with good all-round stats. And Jose Rodriguez, I think that's how you pronounce it, 4.6k. And I actually picked up 3 of these, the upgraded one, and I think I might have made a loss on all 3. The cheapest was like 7k or something at the time I picked them up, and then I kept checking back, and then they went down to about 4k or so. So I'm actually going to lose, I don't know how much, probably about 3k in total. So it's not too bad. Making a loss of about 3k is not the worst thing that could happen. Rio Miyachi for 15,750 in a 4-4-2 right mid. Picked him up for 15,750, and I think he did sell on in the end for about 20k. He's listed up for 20k there. And another Ogude here in the CDM position again. So obviously converted down, list him up for 3.9. I don't think he actually sells for that. But as you can see here, back up to nearly 1.4 million at this point. Timu Pukki selling. All the Jose Rodriguez did sell in the end. I don't know how much the loss was on them in the end. But here's a really nice deal on a converted El Arabi. He's obviously default centre forward. Picked him up for 2.7k and listed him up for 12,250. And he didn't sell for a few days, so I did actually have to. You'll see in the later parts of this video, I did actually have to convert his position to centre mid. But that wasn't too bad. I still made probably 5k or so, maybe 6. But Tom Ince here is actually going to be in Team of the Season, which is, I think it's released tomorrow, but I don't know if it's the Silver and Bronze or the Gold Team of the Season tomorrow, or if they'll do both on the same day. But that's something to look forward to anyway. Marco Fabian is also a default centre forward, and picked him up in a centre mid for 9k and listed him up for nearly 14k. And I think he did actually go on and sell for around that. Moritz Leitner here for 24k and a centre mid 4-4-2. I think he's default centre attacking mid. So that's a decent deal. I think I listed him up for about 28k. And he looks like a really good player as well. 82 pace and 82 dribbling and decent passing. And this is quite a nice deal. I think this is Paul Heffernan. I'm not too sure on that, but picked him up for 7.8k, and he's a default striker. So I listed him up for 17k. Whether or not he sold for that, I am not too sure. But Ince there selling for 3.5, and Heffernan did actually sell for 15,750. And then picked up a Tavano here for 10,250, the Empoli striker. And I think I listed him up for around 20, but there was only 3 on the market or something when I listed him up. So I didn't actually expect him to sell. I did have to relist him. And another Moritz Leitner here, a much better deal here. Picked him up for 20k and listed him up for around 25,750. I think. 25,750 there overnight. And Mikel Rico is a default CDM, so he's going to be worth a little bit more in the centre mid position. I did actually have to relist him for a bit cheaper, but still going to make a decent little profit. And very close to 1.4 million here, but I think we've still got some players to sell. So yeah, we got pretty much over 1.4 million, probably nearly 1,450,000 at this point. Picked up a CM to CDM card there, and we picked 2 of them up because I had 2 El Arabis in CDM, which I needed to convert to centre mid because they wouldn't sell in CDM for ages. So I'm going to convert them down up to centre mid myself, which it wasn't too bad. I think it was only 1.3k or something in total, maybe a bit less. But Courtois there, who's also going to be in Team of the Season for 16k, we list him up for. And the same with this, I think it's Marvin Martin. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's Marvin Martin. But this is going to be coming up towards the end of the episode after we relist the Yusuf Al Arabis. So I think after all the players have sold, we will be probably halfway through the whole series actually, because Team of the Year Messi is actually going down in price, because Team of the Season is obviously coming, and players' prices are dropping because people want to buy the Team of the Season players. So that means trading is going to be a lot more difficult as well for a couple of weeks, but it should be alright. But this is coming up towards the end of the episode now. So if you have enjoyed, then feel free to leave a like and subscribe, and I'll leave my Twitter link in the description. But thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time.